So a second ago, you mentioned Where We Dropping, Boys. That reminded me earlier when I was eating at Taco Bell, an unusual car pulled up. It was like a little bug, like the Beetle car. It was bright yellow. It was very small. Had a surfboard on the top with a bunch of luggage strapped like next to it, and it had its engine exposed on the back and tons of stickers. And I was just like, I wonder what kind of individual owns this. And a guy came out, a white male with blonde hair came out in a Fortnite hoodie. And I was just like, I guess so.
I told you that I've seen one of the, I don't know if they still do this anymore, but you remember like in the Modern Warfare 3 and Black Ops era when Call of Duty was the biggest it ever was or ever will be? And they sold like cars that were,
yes.
There's one of those in our area. I saw a Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 Jeep in the wild about a year ago in our area.
Our friend who works at a car dealership, actually, that guy's come there to have some repairs done.
Oh wow, okay. Incredible. So good, we have double confirmation. It does exist. I wasn't just hallucinating.
It's out in the wild. And there's another car around here. This is going to be an obscure pull, and I don't know if it is, but I've always made the connection. A long time ago on Cartoon Network, there was a Ben 10. Is Kevin? Is that the guy? I don't know.
Never watched Ben 10. Can't help you.
In Ben 10,
Joe, you are entering an area where I cannot help you.
In Ben 10, one of the supporting characters. I don't even know if he was a bully or like a bully that then wasn't a bully and was a good guy. I don't know, but he had a Jolly Rancher green like Charger car. They had a competition to where you could win one of those. And after that competition ended, I started seeing one locally driving around that was very, very similar in appearance. And it's you have green, and you have like bright green, and then you have this very specific Jolly Rancher green that I'm talking about. And it's like, I cannot, either he won it or he saw the commercial and was like, yeah, I want that.
I want this specifically. This is what I'm after.
Hello, rich father, will you buy this for me?
100 rings and head to the heliport. Okay, so I guess that's on Speed Highway before the helicopter. I just can't do it. I can't even talk in front of him. I'll never get to know him at this rate. She's talking about the burger man outside, I believe.
Yep.
What's wrong with her? You don't see many customers who are too nervous to buy a burger. She's been that way since yesterday.
I don't know, man. This is an old game. Nowadays, you got all the teenagers with their social anxiety. Can't go out and buy a burger. Ordering with their Uber Eats.
Gotta get off of their freaking their life journals and their My Places. Oh wow, did you see that?
Whoa.
That was bizarre. I've never seen that activate from the outside. I thought they smelled bad on the outside.
Did you do that, or did the car do that when it drove away?
No. What was that? What caused this mysterious thing to occur?
We're back solving mysteries.
I don't think I can. I think that may not be repeatable. It's not going to do the work to get it to happen. It's a quiet shop that doesn't attract many customers, but I like it just the way that it is.
Fair.
It's, I guess, if you've got enough money that you can aim and shoot with all the medallions with a sonic ball.
Oh, heck yeah, we go into the casino.
Go into the casino, baby.
We gambling our life savings away.
I guess if you have enough money that you can say, I don't care if anybody comes into my store, that's just, that's your prerogative. Unless it's a mob front, which it probably is now that I'm thinking about it for 2 seconds. That's why they have the freaking gate and they were protecting the Chow egg. They're freaking human traffickers.
Okay, yeah, but listen.
This is going to get into the Chow lore you'll talk about in Essay 2.
Oh, man. Oh, yeah. I'll have to remember all that. I'm sure it'll come back to me naturally. It'll probably come into me like a thief in the night.
Scorch through the track and get all the flags. I don't even know. I don't know what that is. I don't know what that one is.
Maybe one of the boarding levels
Probably.
or something? I don't know. Go!
But I had a feeling there might be one hidden down there. Out here. Oh, it's a cop car.
Listen, that place is probably a front, but it could be like when they were doing like interviews with Yakuza, when it was like the whole thing was like Yakuza members actually play Yakuza and talk about it or whatever.
Oh, do they?
It was just one of those things or whatever. But
there's right, a video on YouTube.
There was there was one, I can't remember the exact context of it, but was like, yeah, man, this over here, it reminded me of this one guy we know, one of the Yakuza guys that they know, and it's like, yeah, he's like, he set up an orphanage, he's like, took real good care of the kids and whatnot. He's like, yeah, that was just a tax front, wasn't it? He's like, well, yeah, of course it was, but he
did take care of the kids. There's no reason you can't multitask. Go to Sonic. Collect 100 rings and go to Sonic's billboard by the. Oh my God! Look at that!
Wait a minute. Hold up. Go on over there. How are you supposed to collect 100 rings here? Oh my word.
Did you know about this?
I didn't know about this.
When did Sonic X air?
Oh my gosh! All right, no.
Find out when DX came out and when Sonic X aired.
Oh my gosh, that is so. For everybody who's uninitiated, that is our blue blur Sonic the Hedgehog sitting next to Chris Thorndike, the human main character
of the Sonic X anime series.
Oh man! All right, Sonic. When did Sonic X air? Yeah, you're just gonna have to keep doing that, aren't you?
14. I'm on it.
Oh no.
Do you even have to load, or can I just keep hitting the button? I wonder.
I think you just keep hitting the button. We can see. Let's see. It says here the first thing that let's see, broadcasting from Tokyo on April 6, 2003. Sonic DX. Because this is not Sonic Adventure. This is
DX on the GameCube. This is well after. This is a defeated Sega. This is punished Venom Sonic.
Yeah. Okay.
He's lost his honor and his nation, all for revenge.
So yeah.
Sega. Remember, because I should say, hold on, before you read that, because I was rewatching some of the, because I'm kind of starting to get into the edit of this series at current time of filming, right?
Yeah.
And I was looking back at episode 1 and I was like, okay, in episode 1 we might have been a little bit too harsh because we were talking about this game wasn't even good for its time because Ocarina was already out and Metal Gear was about to come out, and it's like, I mean, no, this game was impressive. It's just that a lot of its problems, even for the time, were noticeable because there were people who had fixed those problems.
And also there was a difference in quality of games now and then, because it's back then a game that had a ton of problems could still be good because the market was saturated with just so much garbage, because everybody, this was not quite at the B era of games, but it's like this was getting close to the, well, I'm just gonna put a game out there because why not?
Yeah.
You can't do that these days. You can with indies, but
no. But the main thing I'm thinking is like, because this game was good enough and impressive enough at the time that it did have people going, hey, maybe Sega, this will put them back on top after the Saturn wasn't good, and it's like,
no, sir.
Oops.
I think
the Dreamcast was too good for its time.
It's like this
game. It literally was. The Dreamcast was so good that people didn't understand why it was good. Because what's 60 frames per second? What's internet? Right? I know. I'm just getting more while I'm here because we're talking.
I was gonna say, I think that like this game was critically acclaimed. I think it got like an 87 like Metacritic or whatever.
Where'd Sonic go?
There he went.
He went to the box office. That's where he went to beat Birds of Prey and all those SJWs.
Oh
who think that I hate movies. I hate YouTube videos about movies, and I feel guilty that we spent a lot of time talking. I don't want to say like, oh, it's different because it's an LP. I mean, it kind of is because the format is like, of course we made 100 videos because we have to play all the games, but it's like, God, as soon as we got to DDD and I'm like thinking about this whole culture of just like YouTube channels make a video every day talking about how horrible Star Wars is or how horrible this is or that is and how movies are being ruined by it. I can't stand it. I can't stand it. I can't stand these freaking people.
So that's why we play video games. That's why we're not playing that stinky Kingdom Hearts. We're going back to the real video.
Well, no, it was what you were talking about, where it's like we look at okay, so like we talked about this a bit during the Cage 3 playthrough, and I use Star Wars as the easy example, but there's tons of other things like it. The new cottage industry of hate of like every week, oh man, Kathleen Kennedy's a day away from getting fired. 20-minute long video saying the same thing that I always say, but I still get 1 million views because whatever. And the comparison that you and we were talking about is like, man, and then you think about Animal Crossing and Doom, and it's like, hey, listen, Animal Crossing fans, Doom Reddit here just made this fan art for you and wanted to say where we hope that you enjoy your game.
I think Mountain Blade also is coming out because I've seen a picture of like a character from Mountain Blade and Doom Guy and Isabelle, like all like Isabelle's on both of their shoulders and they each have a weapon from their game. Like, I think Doom Guy's holding a slingshot, and she's holding a crossbow, and the Mountain Blade guy's holding the shotgun. Ooh.
I shouldn't talk about these things on the air because I don't go into enough detail, and people don't understand what I'm talking about. Like, it takes me an hour to properly explain because I've never, like, tried to, you know... I mean, we talked about it a minute ago, yes. But when we talked about it for a minute, we talked about it for, like, 20 minutes, and we were already on the same page about most of it. But I go into this stuff on the internet, and I don't have visual aids, and people don't know what I mean when I say these things. They shouldn't even talk about it, because people are just gonna think... Because, like, when I talked about Star Wars videos in the Kingdom Hearts 3 playthrough, some people were like, I mean, I think it's fair to critique other people's criticisms of things. Like, it's not, like, if you know, whatever, that's fine. It's like, you're misunderstanding. It's the industry of vitriol. Yes, the culture.
The culture of just, okay, I'm going to wake up today, I'm going to put out 2 videos of me screaming at this same problem I've been screaming at the whole time just to get views, even if I don't really care about it at this point.
It's like the RLM guys, they're famous for the Plinkett reviews of the prequels, but it's like they reviewed the movies and then they were done. Now they're done. Now they talk about them.
On.
Yeah, like, I mean, they mention the Star Wars prequels, but in the same capacity as they mention any other movies as, like, an example when they're discussing something else. You and I talk about the Star Wars prequels or Kingdom Hearts or other things that we watch, but it's because it's, like, an easy way for us to make an analogy about something we're currently talking about.
And the main thing is you're not constantly putting out videos like, oh man, Tetsuya Nomura's done with Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah.
This is how he ruined the franchise.
It's just, ugh.
But back to Sonic X. So
what is
Sonic
this?
X.
That was it? That was it! Oh, all that build up for nothing.
So
Give me the dates,
Sonic X came out April 6, 2003. And Sonic DX came out June 18th, 2003. So there's only a few months different.
What on earth? It was just there.
It was just there.
That felt like I was attacked. I felt like I was just assaulted. Like I was slapped in the face by that.
I really wasn't looking, and you made a noise, and I saw a very pixelated Chris Thorndike.
From our position there, where her skirt was cut out, I thought that was Winnie the Pooh for a second.
Not quite. Don't get this game banned in China.
It's not that I thought you were so great. I was just so lonely I could not stand being alone.
Oh God! Jeez.
You're kind of a loser, but I just wanted to date somebody. Don't expect too much. If you've got high expectations, you'll just be that much more disappointed.
Oh, no.
That's my man. That's my guy. God, there's an episode of Seinfeld where Elaine is dating a doctor, or so she thinks. Then she finds out that he's not actually a doctor. He's completing his he's failed his medical exam like 3 times, right? And he's like, but she's finally at the end of the episode, he passes the exam. She's like, okay, finally, good. Now we can get back to, because like basically they haven't been sleeping together, and they've been seeing each other much because he's been busy studying for this test because she wants him to pass the test so she can tell people she's dating a doctor. And then after he passes the test, he says, Elaine, we can't see each other anymore. And she says, what? Why not? And he says, well, because I've known for my whole life that when I became a doctor, I would dump whoever I was currently seeing and be with somebody better than them. That's the dream of becoming a doctor, Elaine.
Also, that building you were just by, it's like, it's barely plastered onto this place. Like, you can see the seams, you can see the outer world. Not there, the other one, the diner.
Oh yeah, the diner? Yeah, it's amazing. It feels like such an afterthought. Good food, Station Square Diner.
I feel like when you were jumping, you can see the seam right there.
Look at that, it's literally, you can see the skybox behind it.
I feel like if you keep doing that, you're gonna do like some Mario 64 shenanigans.
Oh, there's gotta be a way to clip through that little gap and get out of world.
There's something kind of like that in the Chow Garden in 2.
You know
it's
what?
Like the most well-known glitch in that whole game.
We haven't talked about this a ton, but you know how we talked about... I don't know if we talked about it. I know that I talked about it a little bit with Aiden in our discussion video of Kingdom Hearts 1 and Chain of Memories. But one thing that I find... Because I didn't play Kingdom Hearts when I was a kid. I didn't play that game until I was a teenager.
Yeah.
But one thing that is neat about that game is that it's slightly Metroidvania-ish. It has signposting of like things to come back and see later. With it's got got the Trinity marks and things like that to tell you this is something to come back and explore later. And then there's other things that aren't marked as much, of just like things that you can't get to yet that you have to come back later when you can jump higher or glide or you have a different magic spell or whatever else. But it does give the impression, especially because you know this, when you play games as a kid, you don't understand the limitations and conventions of game design, so games can feel much bigger than they actually are because you discover one secret and you're like, okay, there could be 100 more of these things. There could be 16 levels that I don't know about.
Exactly.
And you find that one thing that you didn't know about and you think there's gotta be 100 things like this, you never know. And I think that Kingdom Hearts probably left such an impression on a lot of kids when they played it because it was big enough to actually have, like, it wasn't just an imagined bigness, it was actually big, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I go back to a lot of games that I played as a kid that I spent a ton of time exploring and looking for, and I don't actually literally go back to them, but in my head, like, you know, things that I spent a ton of time exploring and looking for all the hidden stuff and there really wasn't anything to find. Mm-hmm. And one thing that I found recently, because I was going back and looking at videos of Lego Island 2, The Brickster's Revenge, which I played a lot as a kid, and there were all kinds of places where it was like things that I was like, what is this? And it was clearly a part of the game that was unfinished.
Oh boy.
You know, like things that were things where I was getting the camera out of world and seeing a hallway or a structure, and I was like, how do I get to that, right? And I finally saw, like, I went online and found videos of people clipping out of world to get to those things, and I was like, yeah, there was nothing there, but at least now I know. Sonic's doing the electric slide again. I'm not touching the controller.
No.
Why does it? What is it? What is in the game's code that causes that?
I have no idea.
Every single character we've played as has done the electric slide at some point.
I do not know. I feel like it has to do with like weird stored momentum.
Who knows?
Like pausing. Oh, there it is. Gotta get those coins.
Gotta get the coins. Oh, this should be simple. There's only 1 of 5. Okay, this should be relatively easy then.
Oh, boy, that is some ugly UI for that.
Okay, perhaps not so easy. I must become good at the pinball.
I don't know if I mentioned it when we were doing it. Did I mention not Sonic Spinball, but the Sonic Pinball for the Game Boy when we were at this section? That's a game. Oh, whoa, Speed Star.
Speed Star. Well, what does that do? Get coins, right? That's it.
You get coins and it unlocks those things up there for.
Oh, right, got it.
Like
okay, cool.
But that game, so I played a bunch of the Game Boy. I played a lot of Sonic games. Everybody knows. I played a lot of Game Boy Sonic games.
What?
What? One of those being, I would not have gotten the game because I really just don't care too much about pinball games because it's just pinball. Whatever, that's fine. I had this. I didn't need another pinball game.
Yeah. No, Sonic. I need the token.
That game, I could be wrong. Maybe I was doing it wrong. But that game always struck me as being absurdly long and hard because it was like, I could never beat the first level of that. I remember one time I spent a half hour playing it and did not pass the first level. And that was the easy one. Oh no, and you didn't get the coin either.
It's okay. Look, that means we have more to do, Joey. Okay, well, I'm sure I'm glad that the attack... Oh. It's too bad there's like only 2 buttons in this video game that do things.
Wow! Whoa!
No. Oh, Sonic, you went too fast. Sonic the movie is out. Sonic the movie.
Sonic the movie. No.
Time of this recording, the Sonic the Hedgehog movie
Now they know that
out.
we're fake fans and haven't actually seen the new Sonic movie yet.
I just don't care.
Hey, you want to see the Sonic movie? Just go on YouTube and type... Well, actually, no. If you type in Sonic movie, it's not going to come up anymore. Go watch the old OVA with Metal Sonic. It's pretty okay. Knuckles has a cowboy hat.
He has a cowboy hat? Yeah.
Knuckles has a cowboy... Okay. So I had a thought the other day when I was driving around all by myself.
Oh, yeah?
I was like...
All by your lonesome?
So it's like... So we know that Knuckles is black.
Yes.
What if there's if the multiverse theory is true, that cowboy hat made me think he's probably one of these worlds. He's probably just like a southern gent. I really like that idea.
Whoa! The multiverse. Yeah, there's so many echidnas.
There's so many
universes.
Yeah, I don't know.
No, what he actually is he's a little Nass, right?
You're right.
That's what I'm picturing in my head.
Whoa.
Oh no!
I wonder if you can actually go fast enough to get through that.
Probably not. That's another vent you can come through, right?
It is, but what if? Whoa.
What if? So many options
secrets
to explore. Yeah, that's again what I'm talking about. Kid spends all day trying to figure out how to get past that.
Oh, that would have been me, absolutely. And the thing is, you probably can, and it's like, oh well, what?
But only through glitch, and then you're trapped in there because you glitch through the wall. Oh, dude, I'm glowing in the shower. I need to see it. No, I've run out of glow now. I've lost my luster.
Yeah, we haven't.
I guess Tails isn't with us because we're in adventure, not in campaign.
Yeah, but it's like no, we have not seen the Sonic movie, and I don't know anybody that has seen it. Will I see it? Probably, maybe. If I can, because
just don't.
Because
just don't.
No,
it's not. It's for kids.
Yeah, it is. I'm a child.
Only 90s kids will see Sonic the Hedgehog.
I'm a dumb baby who likes stupid video games for children.
Come on, Sonic.
No.
Come on, Sonic.
You know, another thought I had is I was thinking, because I was just thinking, that led to me thinking about some of the old GBA Sonic games I played, because I had all the advances and all that. Yeah. And I've brought up Sonic Battle a few times, and it really made me think, like, man, the early games of Sonic, they really had it out for robot characters, didn't they? How much do you know about Sonic Battle's story?
Nothing.
So, I was thinking about Gamma in this game.
Yes.
You go through Gamma's relatively short story, and, you know, you have your robot, you get to the end, and he sacrifices himself and dies.
Yes.
It's like, and it's a lot of children's things do the thing where it's like, we introduce a robot character so we can have a character that can die that isn't going to actually die because it's a robot, but whatever. But even then, that also sends mixed signals because you get attached to the character, whatever. But I guess spoilers for Sonic Battle for a few minutes.
Nailed it.
Like, heck yeah, I can't do anything else.
I wanted to get on one of those ramps so we could show, because there is slightly more to this course than the nothing that we saw previously, but it's going to take me 6 hours.
Well, that's fine. We're not doing anything. We're just talking.
It's true.
We don't have a goal. We're just doing whatever.
Shining K.
K.
Oh, wow.
But
my knuck. My knuck. My Canuck. My Canuckles.
But it's like, Sonic Battle for the Game Boy, I guess spoilers because I'm just going to go through the story real quick. You have this robot that they are so smart that they named Emerald because he's a robot that takes emeralds.
Oh, wow.
Wow. Amazing. Bam.
Genius.
But no. So,
genius.
So that game, the gameplay loop of it is, because it's a weird like pseudo fighting game kind of thing. It's like each chapter is a different character. You focus on Sonic, then Tails, and Knuckles, Shadow, Rouge, most of the characters that are in that game.
Indeed.
But like the whole time, you're not going around just as those characters. It is your character interacting with this robot that was found on the beach. When you first get the robot, he can't do hardly anything and can't speak, and every time you give him an emerald, he gets a little bit smarter, a little bit stronger, whatever. And it's basically like raising a child. And it gets to the end where he becomes his own person. And then what do you know? At the end of the game, oh no, something went wrong. He absorbed too much power. You have to
almost got it.
You almost got it. But it's like you have to be Sonic and you have to execute this robot. It's like this character has been the main character for the entire time of Sonic Battle. And at the very end, you have to put him down.
Well, because Sonic is trying to be all dramatic and serious, and
but
sometimes
I was sitting there, and I was like, I really started thinking, I was like, man, what a weird thing. What a weird experience that game is. Because you spend the entire time, like, oh.
Good job, Sonic.
Spend the entire time growing with this character, and it's like, all right, well, you got to put him down.
Don't make me put you down.
But no, this game in like a weird little connection that I mentioned before is I was like, oh, this is the sound of robot getting hurt. It's because in Gamma's campaign, when he gets shot and it's making the static noise, that's the static noise of Emerald dying at the end of battle. So it's like it's strange, man. These are the connections you make when you play stupid video games too much, and you remember, and it's like, oh man, I've got 500 hours in this Game Boy game and still don't have 100% completion of it because of its stupid gotcha.
Oh, the story of Joey and his reroll juice.
And then my reroll juice. Yeah, no, Sonic
started from a young age. They got him hooked on the reroll juice.
I really should spend time one day actually talking about Battle, because it's like Battle. Is it a good game?
Such a way to put it.
But is it a fun game? Is it an interesting?
Is it a good game? Is it a fun game?
But is it an interesting game? Very.
Okay.
It's very cool, and I really like. Listen, God Hand is I'm sure there's more games, but God Hand's the only game I've ever seen other than this game where you can customize your moveset to such an extent. But it's like in Sonic Battle, it's like every character.
This game being Battle, not Sonic Adventure.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Yeah, Sonic Battle for the Game Boy Advance. Yes. But it's like in Sonic Battle, it's like you have the roster of characters. Each one has like 3 different punches or whatever. You have light attack, uppercut, heavy. 2 versions of a power move, 2 versions of a trap move, and 2 versions of a ranged move. And it's like, and you have this character Emerald, who's a robot that learns from everybody else as you're playing, and you unlock everybody else's moveset, and you can take every character in the game and just combine their moveset into this robot. And it's like, you can have Amy's first punch, Shadow's second, Knuckles' power move, all that stuff, and it's really neat. It's like I really had a blast with that as a child. It's like I have fun with the game. I don't think the game's that fun probably because it's just there's not a lot to it. It's just a weird. It's a pseudo 2D 3D fighting game where it's just you move in an environment like 3D, but of course it's 2D because it's Game Boy. But I don't know. It's like that's one of those games where this week I wasn't listening to podcasts or anything. I was just listening to music, and I was like, man, that game is not that great, but I really like it, and I really really wish there was more to it. Also, through doing Wikipedia hopping, I found out I was like, okay, continuity of Sonic series is really weird. We
talked about this earlier in the
never know what
1.
game takes place in what universe.
Yeah.
It's like Sonic Adventure 2 takes place after 1 in the same universe, I think. But it's like whatever. But it's like I found out that it's like Sonic Advance 3 takes place after battle because Eggman like repairs the robot and makes a different version of him. Then I also found out Sonic Chronicles Dark Brotherhood is also in the same universe because you deal with like the race that created him.
But then doesn't that game have like a cliffhanger and then they never got a sequel?
I couldn't tell you.
I'm fairly certain Brotherhood.
I'm sure it does.
Dark Brotherhood had a sequel tease, and then BioWare got bought by EA, and it never happened.
It wouldn't have happened.
So that timeline dead ended.
But it's like the.
But then Heroes also references the adventure timeline.
Does it?
Yeah. The entire Dark story is like, how is this possible because of adventure?
But Shadow is No, I'm saying it's like Shadow is so weird in the universe.
Oh yes, yeah.
Because it's like, boy, it's like I feel like every single game he's in is a different universe for Shadow.
You know what's really weird is that Sonic Heroes has a has whatchamacallit, it establishes an Eggman design. Like a design for Eggman's robots, I mean.
Yeah.
Sonic Heroes like establishes a look for the robots. Yeah. And then 06, it was different, and in every other game since then, it's been like the same.
It's been the same, yeah.
Because they looked that way in.
Well, like 06,
they looked that way in Shadow the Hedgehog. They looked that way in Unleashed, I'm pretty sure, right?
Yes.
And they looked that way in Generations for the most part, other than when they're reusing old enemies in Generations.
Yeah, but I can understand that with 06 because they were trying to do so many things.
Yes,
with that
they were
game.
trying to do something different.
Boy, man, Eggman looks so special in that game. Whoa, so here we are.
Yeah, I don't
We're
care.
back in the Knight's world.
I've got enough rings to be able to leave. Release me. Release me from this prison. I tried to gutter ball on it. I didn't
Once
play
again,
the game too good.
I cannot read that character's name. Is that Claire
Sinclair? Claire Sinclair, yes. Claire Sinclair.
Release us, Claire.
For the Sega Saturn,
Please.
the greatest video game console ever made.
I think I mentioned this before, but I didn't know what a Sega Saturn was till I was like 13. I didn't know it existed.
Nobody knew it existed when it was out.
I guess so, but also it's like I didn't grow up with people that liked video games. It was just myself and my dad. Like that was it. I didn't know anybody else. I was too embarrassed at school because video games are stupid.
I only learned about video games through friends for quite some time. I didn't get to play video games. I didn't own video games. I mean, I played stuff on PC and on like Game Boy for a while, but I didn't own a console until I was older. Sonic, you can do it.
Yeah.
There you go, you did it, pal.
Hey, I'll play with you some other time.
Goodbye, animals. I'll play with you some other time. You know, you free them from the capsule, and then you never. I always pissed me off. I was so OCD about that as a kid that now that there's actually a mechanic of collecting the animals in the 3D games, it's like, well, they come out, and then I can't do anything about it. What's the point? Especially for a young kid who started out with adventure and didn't know the context. It's like, well, what's the point if I can't get them?
You're supposed to let them go free.
If you love them, you'll let them go.